so this is I guess you could say part 2 of supporting your circle videos. I did one, let's see what it was. It was 9 months ago, and it was all about sharing products that I have bought from people that I know and support, whether these were pastors, mentors, family friends, social media friends, people I've just met. So it's really important, in my opinion, to share the people that you've supported, because we know that there's a lot of competition out there. There's just not just competition, but there's so many things that you can purchase. And so when you purchase from someone that you know or knows of you, it's very special because you're supporting that God-given dream that God gave them, and you never know what that can do for them. And also, too, it just helps you be a sower into their lives. So I wanted to share 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 books. Now, I think, and I just want to make sure, I want to make sure I'm not sharing a book I've shared before. But let me just check. I just had to make sure real quickly. Okay. So we're going to first start with, I'm going to start with actually a children's book for African-American children who go to church. This is by Jakia, and I always mess up her name, so I hope she forgives me. But Cheatham, I want to say, I always mess up her name. But Jakia, she wrote a book, and this is so amazing. It's called The Adventures of Church Kids, and I think there's like a glare. Let me just take that glare off. Hopefully this will help the glare. And so it's called The Adventures of Church Kids, and it is so beautifully designed and made. And this is Jakia here on the back right here. And this is an amazing book that she wrote for little kids, and it is so precious, and you can see the illustrations on the inside. It's really beautiful. And so I bought a copy of it, and when I tell you, this is the perfect read for Sunday school, for even at a Christian school, and it's based off of her actual family members. Isn't that amazing? So they were turned into these characters, and so it's called The Adventures of Church Kids, and there's also an audio download included, I believe, that comes with the book, and you can actually, they give you the link so that you can go and download it. I believe it's in the back. Yep, it's in the back of the book. You can get the audio book download for it. Isn't that amazing? So you can read right with your children or your nieces or your nephews or whoever. So I will have the link in the description box. Number 2 and 3. So I shared the 30 days, it's a 30-day devotional for singles by Britt Dior, who's one of my friends, and I never shared her other 2 books, which I have as well. So this is her very first one she wrote, called Pieces of My Heart, and it is a fiction book. It's really good, and I want to share her other fiction book. This is her most recent one. She has another one coming out. So this one again is called Pieces of My Heart, and then the second one, like this will be number 3, but the second one that she came out with, the second fiction one, because in between she wrote a devotional book, which I showed in my first YouTube video that was all about supporting your friends. This is the other one though I never showed. It's called Free to Have. And, you know, of course, I'm going to pump this one up because I did the book cover. But it is a really good book. And this book right here, for my ladies, if you're looking for a fiction read that isn't, you know, I don't like romance, you know, novels that are really, you know, just inappropriate. This one is good. It's not crazy, but it's good. It's juicy enough that it will keep your interest, and it has enough plot twists and everything. And so it's called Free to Have, and this is Talia Swan right here. She is the main character, and this is actually the first of a series. So get this book, and then, you know, you can, when she comes up with the second one, you can be caught up. So I love this one. So that's number 3. Number 4 is a book that I bought from my friend Chelsea Rashid, which on this book, this is when she was not married, so it says Chelsea Harrison, but her name now is Chelsea Rashid. And so this one is called Let Me Show You How Hard This Walk with Christ Is Not. And there's Chelsea right there on the front cover right here. And this is the back of the book. There's Chelsea right there. And again, all the links will be in the description box. So let me talk about this one. This book is the perfect book for anyone who when they're coming to Christ, they really feel as if, again, that the walk with Christ is really hard, because a lot of times when you come to Christ and if you don't have, any down to earth conversations with anybody, you have a lot of ideas on how it's going to be. You always hear, oh, you're going to have, the enemy's going to be harder on you than ever before. You're going to go through all this stuff. And so you're thinking like, well, why would I need to be a Christian if it's going to be all this? But this book goes over the basics of your salvation, goes over the basics of things that things that people have questions for. So, am I good enough? What does purity and the purging process mean? How do I pray? Does God even hear me? Is this walk with Christ a waste? Like, is this just a waste of time? How do I live boldly? I've made a mistake. She talks about spiritual warfare, how to press forward. And then 2 is a prayer at the end. And so this is like, in my opinion, a great read. What I love the most about this book, besides it being that really good introductory read, is the fact that it's not a overwritten read. Sometimes, especially when, someone is apprehensive about their walk with Christ, they don't need to read a dissertation. They need to read straight to the point, answers. And this book is a straight to the point answers. It's not a whole bunch of fluff. It is straight to the point with some scriptures to support everything that she's saying. And so what I love about this is that, even if someone's not really a book reader, this kind of book won't intimidate them. It won't make them think like, I'm not reading it. It's just too much. This is a very easy read. So again, this one's called Let Me Show You How Hard This Walk with Christ Is Not. Okay? This one I got from Simone Dennis, and of course I picked this one up. I saw her, I hadn't seen her for a little bit, and I was vending at an event in Philadelphia, and so I saw her table. I said, you know what, let me get a book. And so this is her book, and this is really amazing. This is actually a compilation of not just her stories, but other women's stories, and it's called We Survived It. And it's a compilation of poetry, encouragement, and over 20 women's stories of survival. So it says here, following the success of Life Through Her Eyes, author Simone Dennis has released her sophomore book, We Survived It. And it is a collection of powerful stories, poetry, encouragement by women who have survived all the tests, trials, and darkness of life. And actually, look at the back, it has all the women who are in this book. So this is really amazing. Okay, I should have probably read the other backs. I'm so sorry, y'all. Okay, let me go to the next one. This next one is by one of my friend's fathers, and it's called Provisions for the Journey, and it's by Bishop Mark A. Moore Sr. And so it is a 31-day roadmap to breakthroughs through fasting, prayer, and planning. And so it says here, every successful journey requires 3 things: a starting point, an ending point, and a reason. Sometimes the starting point or the ending point is the reason, and journeys are often motivated by a burning desire to get away from something or an equally strong desire to get to something. And so this is actually if you're trying to do a 31-day devotional or a 30-day devotional, and you don't want it to be something where, just basic. You want something that's actually going to grow you, make you better. If you're someone who's looking to become a leader, you're a visionary, you're someone who that God has a destiny to plan for your life, and you need that book. You need a book to help you in like an everyday thing. This book is perfect. I actually started reading this book on my flight back from Atlanta to Philadelphia, and I really, really loved how it didn't coddle me, right? It did not coddle me. It did not baby me. It did not. And what I love too is that after each day, there are actionables for you. So after each day, you have thoughts for your journal, you have a prayer focus, and then you have suggested Bible readings. And I really like that because you can bring this into your prayer time. You really can, because after each day, again, after, you read that day, you can, pull out your prayer journal. I have my prayer journals, and, I'll go over my prayers, go over, the main thoughts, the prayers, and then I can go to the Bible readings, and that brings me even deeper into what I was focusing on that day. And again, this book is very faith-filled, very encouraging, and if you're someone as well who is entertaining, man, this journey is just getting too hard. hard. This thing is pulling me, is taking me to and fro. I don't know where I'm going. This will get you to where you need to be. Okay. And again, this is called Provisions for the Journey, a 31-day roadmap to breakthroughs through fasting, prayer, and planning. This is good. This is not milk. This is meat. This is some good stuff right here. And then the last but not least, this is the most recent book. I got both of these at the same time. But this one came a couple days ago, and it is by a wonderful and beautiful woman of God. I love this because I love color, and even though I wear a lot of all black, but I love color. And this woman is full of color, and this is by Carrie Turner. She's a Master of Divinity, of course, and it's called She's Lit, 40 Daily Prayers of Light, and it is such a color. I love the book. Oh, my goodness. I love it. And what I love about this is first of all, as a graphic designer, I appreciate this kind of stuff. It's not for every book, but it fits this kind of book because this is, again, it's 40 prayers. And what I love about this is that this is an awesome, this is also another one. This is a 31 day, but if you want to do 40 days, this is awesome. 40 prayers, and each one, I love it because it has a quote at the beginning of each day, and then it goes into the actual day right here, and it includes a scripture, and then it includes your actual prayer, right? And this is perfect for a daily read. So, get some girlfriends, say, hey, y'all, for 40 days, we're going to go over She's Lit, and we're going to, discuss over each and every prayer. And it gives you a subject under each day, so you know exactly what you're talking about, exactly, what you're focusing on. Another great read to bring into your prayer room. So again, She's Lit by Carrie Turner, Provisions for the Journey by Bishop Mark A. Moore Sr. Let Me Show You How Hard This Walk with Christ Is Not by Chelsea Harrison, which is now Chelsea Rashid. Excuse me. We Survived It by Simone Dennis. Free to Have and Pieces of My Heart by Britt Dior. Okay. And then last but not least, on the opposite end, The Adventures of Church Kids by Jakia Chief, and pray all day. She'll probably kill me if I don't say her name right. But guys, all of the links, if you want any of these books, these amazing books, be sure to click the link in my bio, not the bio, but the, oh my God, I think I'm on Instagram, on the description down below here on YouTube. And then you can check everything out. Okay, guys? See you guys later, and thank you so much for tuning in, and be sure to hit that subscribe button if you want to get more videos. Bye, guys.